Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a new Survivor discussion. And it's not one that's really one I'm particularly psyched to have because it's kind of a sad inevitability in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it is. And it's one that we've kind of all known was coming, but we wanted to buy the magic beans and believe,
Yeah.
but here we are.
Here we are. CBS put out a statement earlier today saying that season 41 of Survivor is not happening anytime soon. It has been pulled from the fall schedule, because I'm not even 100% that we have a real fall schedule at this point.
No, there's not a fall schedule of really anything right now. That's it. It's everything is up in the air, guys.
What is fall? What is summer? What is spring? Does any of it even matter anymore? Like, that is where we all are at this point in just utter pandemonium. But no, they've moved the Amazing Race to 8 o'clock, Survivor's typical time slot. They're moving SWAT on the Wednesdays in the fall now. It was in mid-season, so they're clearly not expecting Survivor anytime soon. So we're going to talk about the obvious, why this is happening, what CBS was even doing in the first place, kind of getting everyone's hopes up that filming was going to happen soon, and kind of a little bit about what it means for Survivor as a whole. And also, I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about Big Brother 22 at some point in here.
Yeah.
Before we dive in, if you guys like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because hopefully we'll have something Big Brother related over the next several weeks.
Yeah, I hope so. But for now, no Survivor 41 right now. It is not really that surprising. It was more surprising to hear Jeff say we'll be back in the fall. At that time, things were already pretty murky out there with everything that's going on. So when he said that, I was really surprised. How is that going to happen? Like, I didn't really get it. And clearly it's not happening. And this makes more sense. I hate it.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense. I personally just don't want to see anybody risking their health or their lives for my entertainment. I can wait. I don't want to wait, but I will.
I remember after the Winners at War finale, Probst had even said that they were committed to getting the show on in the fall. But I remember, like, that night, you and I were on here talking a lot about it. And I wasn't even talking about what Probst said, and I think a lot of people pointed out in the comments. And it was just because I was so, I don't want to say I was tuning him out, but I think I was in such, like, disbelief at the very idea of it that I never even processed it in my head, because I was like, okay, Survivor is not, it's not Big Brother. It is not where you put everybody out on an island and then you edit episodes together in 2 days. You're editing together a very different sort of show, a very different sort of filming process. It takes months in between getting the people out there, doing the show, getting the footage back, editing the footage, scoring it, getting it ready to this is not a blink your eyes and, oh, here's an episode. Where Big Brother episodes, they come out of the woodwork more than, like, cheesy Big Brother challenges there are every season.
And we haven't even heard anything about Big Brother right now either. And this is a show that's basically about staying at home, which is what we're all doing right now. And that show isn't really doing anything right now. Everything is just a pure rumor right now. And I know there's been photos out there of what's going on the CBS lot or whatever, but that doesn't actually, I hate to be the person that's always pouring cold water on everything, but it doesn't actually mean that anything is set in stone or that they're for sure moving forward. I wish that is the case. I hope they can safely do it, but it's just too all over the place. Everything is in flux. I mean, 2 days ago, California was open. Now nothing is open.
Hold on, I'm getting a report from my sources. My source is me. I'm hearing that
the dog?
Yeah, it's about my source is me and Coco Vanderwolf, and our sources are telling us that there might be a season of Big Brother coming up. It might be All Stars, and we might be really excited about it now, but we might also come week 4 be hating it and just destroying it on Twitter like we do every season of Big Brother.
Or it might not happen for a while still.
Yeah,
And that's the thing about the Survivor thing. When Jeff first said that, it really did feel like he was selling me magic beans, and that's what it really felt like then. And now it's like, yeah, that is what I got.
Yeah, and just, I guess, to get into like all of the finer details of it all, way back when, like let's jump back to March, like the second week in March, which was a very simpler time. Like I remember, our friend Jason was out.
Oh, we were playing exploding kittens.
Yeah, we were playing exploding kittens by the pool. We went to the beach. It was just, everything was so, like, we heard about what was potentially happening out there in the world, but it was still, we were so innocent then.
I know.
And then
we had no idea.
And then March 11th or so rolls around, and I think that's when the reports first started to come in that, we're delaying this season of Survivor, that it was all kind of basically ready to go at that point. They had an idea as to what the season was going to be. I'm feeling like they probably had a cast kind of close to finalize. Can you, obviously they want to be safe, the cast, the crew, everybody else, but can you imagine you get cast for Survivor, you think you're about to go out there and make this dream come true, and now you've been just sitting on your butt for 4 months, not knowing when you're actually going to go get to do this.
And hoping that you are still going to get to do this, that maybe, there's a long time between then and who knows when it's going to film. Are they still going to keep the same cast? I would think if they casted a really good cast that they feel confident in, that, they're just going to bring them back. But I would be a little bit worried if I was cast and it was like, oh man, this is my dream. And now months are rolling by, and could casting be having talks and kind of like, about that one person, I don't know. All right, they're out. Bring in next new person. And you're just like, oh, I was so close.
Here would be the problem if it was
I'd be so mad.
This would be the situation with me if I was on. And granted, I'm never going on Survivor, so I can say this with confidence. But like, if I just imagine myself like trying to train so that I'm like 10% more physical than I am right now, which is basically like 1%. So I've got like a little bit more physical ability, but then I find out the season's not happening. Then I just like go into a sea of depression, and then I spend the next 4 months eating Cheetos and just like pounding Mountain Dew.
Which is what's happening now.
Then they're gonna come back to me and they're gonna be like, you're not in any shape anymore. You've been moping for 4 months. We don't want you anymore. This would be a very sad, dark tale if it was me in this situation. I hope they're doing better than I would be if I was one of them. That is my point.
That is kind of what is happening over here now anyways.
I have 2 cases of Mountain Dew, various flavors in the cupboards. You're all welcome.
It is true.
But yeah, it's a weird situation for them. It's also... technically, I know Fiji, they're in a much better spot than, we are in America. Granted, almost everyone is in a better spot than we are in America right now.
We even heard rumors that they were going to try to move Big Brother out to Fiji. You guys remember that rumor that was going around?
That one was a fun one. Out of like the power rankings of like the weirdest, most ridiculous rumors for Big Brother this season, that was right up there with like all of the assurances that this season was going to have every single legendary player ever.
Oh man, I wanted to buy into
that. Yeah, I think we all bought into that one a little bit. The Fiji one was the bridge too far. We were willing to believe Dan versus Derrick versus Janelle, but no, not Fiji.
So this was all sort of first delayed coming around March 11th. So when Jeff was like, oh yeah, now we're going to be back in the fall, it was pretty strange because they had already known that the delay was coming.
Yeah, they knew that the delay had already... They knew that there were probably going to be more issues because this is the world that we're living in. I'm guessing they must have hoped on some measure that they could go out there. I think July was kind of the date. I think if they were able to get out there this month, early August, maybe it would have been feasible for them to pull it off. But I think recent events out here in LA, around LA County, like I think that has made it pretty much impossible. Like we have sort of said, there's always a chance they could change a lot of their plans for season 41. The other crazy thing, they would have had a season 42 probably at least started to film right now.
Yeah, and my feeling is if they are able to kind of get back even by like, I don't know, December and maybe get some of it together by maybe March or April or something, and they film back to back, we may still see 2 seasons next year, but it is still a big if. It's just nobody knows what's going on. It's all unknown. So if things are a bit better, my feeling is they're probably just going to just continuously film. Bring one crew in, one cast. All right, we've played. Who's next? Bring them out.
Yeah, they gotta try to do something kind of like that. Like, they're gonna have a more compressed window for filming, for sure. Especially if I think they're gonna want to try to make a season happen like next February or something like that, and it will have been almost a year. Because that's when Winners at War was on, which is really the longest.
That's crazy.
It's the longest break we've ever had. I mean, it feels like Tony won Survivor for the second time like 3 years ago already.
Yeah, it feels like forever since it's been on. It has really only been like a couple months.
Yeah.
Time just doesn't exist anymore.
There's no more sense of time, anything else. Tony's win seems like it was, at least we're ending on a really good season. Can you imagine us going away from Survivor after Dan?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like we just be good that we're at least leaving on that note. We at least have the amazing race.
Yeah, we have the amazing race. We did leave on a really good season, so we're kind of in a good spot. It would have felt like much longer if we had left on a really bad season.
The only other thing that's just so weird to me about all of this right now is I'm super bummed about Survivor. I do feel confident we'll get it back in 2021. It's a long ways to go. Hopefully there's vaccine and everything else by then. But CBS, in addition to not saying anything about Big Brother still, they're still kind of acting like everything else is still going to happen in the fall. They're not, oh yeah, we got SEAL Team, we got NCIS, we got this, we got that.
It's so weird. Like, it is really weird because a lot of the other networks, or some of the other networks, have put in place, like, their fall schedules are very fluid. If they need to move stuff around or they have ideas of how to make this happen, CBS didn't do that. They were just straight up, yeah, Survivor's coming back and so is everything. So you heard it here first. I'm just like, I don't know how this is happening. And it's not. That's what's actually happening. Things might be able to start up and get there a little bit later. Fall is a big period of time. It's from September till like December 21st. Technically fall, right? Yeah. So who knows? Maybe we'll be able to get some stuff. My prediction, though, is they're going to fill up the fall schedule with Big Brother because listen, they can have it on like 5 times a week. Everyone will watch. It is basically a bunch of people that are at home, which is where we all got to be anyways.
Yeah.
And if they're able to kind of work with the crew to maybe get them in a situation where they're okay, tested, staying on the lot, whatever it is that they have to go through, you hear that all the time and fill up your whole schedule.
Well, the thing is,
I'm selling everybody magic beans now.
Well, the thing is, these may be magic beans that you're selling. It's like, what is CBS's other alternative at this point? It's sort of like no beans at all because
celebrity haircut.
Yeah, okay. Don't bring up celebrity haircut again. This is one of the I forgot about that.
But that is where we're gonna be if they decide to not go in this direction.
This is the problem: is that they have to film other stuff, right? And it takes a while to turn that stuff around. Big Brother's pretty much the only thing that they can kind of just jam on the air right away. That's why it's not the craziest thing in the world that it could kind of happen until maybe like November or early December or something when they can bring some other stuff back. This is how I sort of think about it, though, with how CBS is treating some of their shows and their hyping. It's sort of like we order a pizza. And I love pizza. This is why I have some Mountain Dew with my pizza. But okay,
yes, you do.
We order the pizza, and the pizza guy and the pizza website's all right. It's gonna be here in 30 minutes, and we're like, okay, great. And then we wait, and then it says it's like out for delivery, and we're starting to get really excited, but then it doesn't show up. And then it's like 10 minutes later, and we're still like, okay, it's gonna show up. And then it's like an hour later, and at that point, it's like, they just delivered the pizza to your neighbor. Like, your neighbor's eating your pepperoni at this point. You're not getting the pizza. CBS, they're still thinking that the pizza is going to be turning up. And I think somebody else already got their pizza at this point.
Yeah, I feel like, you took us on a journey back.
Well, I'm hungry. But it is it is a weird situation we're being in. I'm gonna miss Survivor, obviously. If there's any actual news, we'll give it to you guys.
It's going to be really weird not having it on in the fall. And it's already very weird not having Big Brother on in the summer. Because for me, the summer starts when Big Brother starts. So, like, it's all just very weird.
Yeah.
And, hopefully things will start to get a little more normal at some point soon.
Don't worry, we have already begun our Amazing Race training. We are getting locked in on the show. We're getting all of our Phil puns ready. I have really crazy...
Not me, though. Not me. I'll be eating all your Cheetos at home and drinking your Mountain Dew, so...
I'm trying to do the Phil eyebrow. I don't know if it's working. See, my eyebrows are crazy. Why can't I do the Phil eyebrow? I don't know. All right, well...
I don't know, but I can drink your Mountain Dew.
This video is not even sponsored by Mountain Dew, I'd like to point out, though they really should consider it at this point. Alright, well, we're trying to make light of a very sad situation of the Survivor, but how are you guys feeling? We're all in this together. What do you want to see for the future of Survivor? Share in the comments, and if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking that link to the description to the Cardomat store, and we'll see you here next time.